Hello friends, James Corbett here at CorbettReport.com, out and about enjoying the beautiful sunny climes of Western Japan, and I wanted to get your guys' take on something. This stems from a conversation that I was having with Melody Cedarstrom on the Financial Survival radio show, which, as you know, I'm on every couple of weeks. And this week we ended the discussion, we ended up talking about war in the Middle East, possible conflagration in Iran, and obviously how that would bring in China and Russia, all of those types of ideas that we've talked about many times and will no doubt continue to talk about, swirling around the issue of a large-scale war. And we ended up on a point of disagreement. Specifically, we're talking about the context of 2019 and where the mass opinion is, as opposed to, say, 2003 and the war in Iraq. And we were talking about the deliberate deceptions that were used to sell the war on Iraq to the public, and how the public became aware that those were outright lies that were being used to sell war. And we've seen the intervening Libya debacle and the Syria debacle and all of this, Al-Qaeda and everything, ISIS, everything that's happened in the meantime. And we had a little bit of disagreement about how to interpret where the public is today versus where the public was in the past.
Is there anything do you think there's anything possible that will de-escalate this situation, or we're on this path and it's not going to?
My optimistic assessment in terms of the overall geopolitical scene is basically, well, at very best, maybe this is just the new Cold War. And maybe they aren't really trying to steer this into an actual hot armed conflict that's going to, annihilate millions of people. Maybe it'll just be a Cold War excuse for the military-industrial complex to make their bajillions of dollars. And that's horrible, but it's not as horrible as millions of people paying for this in their blood. So maybe that's the way things are going. But in terms of the geopolitical sort of grand scheme outlook, there's not very much hopeful out there. The thing that I think is hopeful in a more important and fundamental sense is that I really do believe that the public is not going to be so easily duped this time around, and they do need our participation. They need us to support them on these military ventures. So if we don't, that might be the missing piece of this puzzle.
And you know what? I hate to say it, but I'm not so sure the public is awake enough. I think I don't see that.
All right, so I would suggest you go and listen to the full conversation for the context of what we were talking about there, but I think you get the idea. Simply that I think the public is in a different mindset, in a different place than they were, say, 15 years ago, where they could be led into a war in Iraq. I don't think that sort of deception is possible. Now, obviously, deceptions of some sort are always possible, but I think that the public is more aware of those types of deceptions, and perhaps new deceptions will have to be invented. They can't keep putting the same old wine in new bottles, or can they? Essentially, that's, I think, what Melody is saying. No, the public is absolutely going to be fooled if and when they want to fool them again. What's your guys' take? Where do you stand on this? And in what way? And do you think this changes the calculus for potential for outright warfare, or is it business as usual? What kind of events do you think would be most likely to be pushed to push the public towards supporting outright warfare? Is outright warfare a thing of the past? Maybe warfare is an outdated concept. Maybe financial warfare, cyber warfare, other considerations should take center stage over military considerations. Lots of different ideas here, lots of juicy meat for you to sink your teeth into, so I will let you have at it in the comment section. I'm interested to see what you guys come up with. I'm going to continue enjoying the beautiful sunny day here in Japan. I hope you're enjoying a beautiful summer day if you're in the northern hemisphere, a beautiful winter day if you're in the south, and well, wherever you are, I hope you're having a good day. This is James Corbett of CorbettReport.com. Looking forward to talking to you again very soon.